Welcome to the Edge of Understanding. This is Calligrachus. Let's begin where others stop. I'm opening the door now. Welcome to the Calligrachus.
Look at this. No, really look at it. It's solid, right? Ceramic. Boring. If I dropped it, it'd break, and my mom would be mad. But here's the secret. This mug is lying to you. Host picks up the mug and shakes it. This thing is 99.99999% empty space. If you took away all the nothing inside the atoms of this mug, it would be smaller than a speck of dust. And yet, I can't put my hand through it. Why? Because this mug is basically a high-stakes electrical turf war. Host leans in, whispering, "Today, we aren't just talking about physics. We're talking about why you aren't currently falling through your floor into the center of the Earth. Welcome to the invisible madness of quantum degeneracy." You've heard of atoms. Protons, neutrons, electrons, standard stuff. But there's a rule in the universe called the Pauli exclusion principle. Think of it like the most aggressive seating chart at the world's most exclusive wedding. Electrons are antisocial. Specifically, fermions are. They refuse to occupy the same state as another electron. They need their personal bubble. Imagine you're at a concert and every single person insists on having a 10-foot radius of empty space around them. That's an atom. Host tries to sit on a bench where someone else is sitting. They awkwardly bounce off an invisible force field. When you try to squash matter, like when I press my hands together, you aren't feeling solid matter. You're feeling the electrons screaming, "Excuse me, I was here first." This creates electron degeneracy pressure. It's the only thing keeping the entire universe from collapsing into a single, very dense, very lonely point. But let's scale it up. What happens when the push of life meets the crush of gravity? Let's talk about white dwarfs. When a star like our sun dies, it stops making energy. Gravity, which has been waiting for billions of years, finally wins and starts crushing the star down. It squashes the atoms, destroys the bubbles, and tries to force those grumpy electrons into the same seat. But the electrons, they hold the line. They move faster and faster, generating a pressure so intense it stops the collapse. A star the size of 1,000,000 Earths gets squeezed into something the size of, well, Earth. 1 teaspoon of that star would weigh as much as an elephant. Host holds up a literal teaspoon and looks at it with genuine awe. You're looking at a ghost held up by pure quantum stubbornness. If those electrons gave up for even a millisecond, the star would vanish. Now imagine the next level. If the star is heavy enough, even the electrons lose the fight. Gravity crushes them into the protons, turning them into neutrons. Now you have a neutron star. This is where your brain should start to itch. A neutron star is basically one giant city-sized atomic nucleus. It's so dense that if you dropped a marshmallow on its surface, the impact would have the energy of a nuclear bomb. Host tosses a marshmallow in the air and catches it. At this point, it's not just physics, it's poetry. The universe has these hard no zones, limits to how much reality can be compressed before the laws of nature literally break and turn into black holes. You feel solid today, you feel heavy, but you're actually just a temporary ceasefire between the crushing weight of gravity and the frantic, vibrating refusal of particles to share their personal space. So, next time you sit in a chair or hold a hand or drink from a mug, don't think of it as touching. Think of it as a quantum standoff. You are a miracle of empty space held together by particles that just want to be left alone. It's weird, it's beautiful, and it's the only reason you're not a speck of dust right now. Host looks back at the mug, eyes widening again with that manic curiosity. But seriously, look at this. No, really look at it. Video cuts to black instantly, looping back to the first line of the script. Would you like me to suggest some specific background music tracks or visual cues to match these shifts in tone?